Hi everyone, I know it has been a little bit since I've made a video, and since I have some free time and it's nice and quiet, unless my dog starts barking, so I apologize, I wanted to go ahead and make a video and kind of explain what I've been going through the last few months, and just to kind of catch up since some people have asked me when am I going to make another video. There's two reasons why I haven't made a video lately. One is work. I've been working a lot, 11-hour days, and when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you don't get home until 5, 6 o'clock, and I have my knees I raised, so it's just time. And one of the biggest issues is I've gone through a gain cycle, and that is one of the main reasons. Whenever you gain weight and whenever you're kind of frustrated with yourself, the last thing you want to do is make a video talking about, yay, we can lose weight and we can do this and, blah, blah, blah. So that is one of the main reasons, because I've been very frustrated with myself that I haven't really been motivated to do a video. But I want to go ahead and do one anyway. I do want to let you know that I have ADD, and even though I have taken my medicine today, I have been struggling with my mind just wandering off into space. In the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a point I'm trying to make, my mind will just see space swirling behind me and I will forget what in the world I am talking about. So if I pause for a second or if I kind of jump around a little bit, I do apologize. I am so sorry. I cannot help it. I am trying so hard to stay on a path. I don't have a list in front of me of what to talk about. I know what I want to talk about, but my brain will just kind of wander off, and all of a sudden I don't know what I'm even talking about. And if that happens, again, I apologize. If you follow my videos and follow my page, you know that I've had a lot of medical issues in the last few years, especially 2011 and 2012. 2012, after so much drama, we finally found that I had tumors in my abdomen on my ovary, and it caused just a hot mess of issues. I do have a video called My Medical Nightmare. If you want to watch it and you have time, feel free. It's almost 30 minutes long. That doesn't even cover everything I went through, but you kind of get the point of everything I've been through. I make these videos to try and help motivate people and to keep it real. I mean, one of the things I do is I'm not going to sit there and try and put rainbows and sprinkles and sugar up your ass and tell you, oh, this is so easy. All you do is calories in, calories out. And that's just it. And you're not trying hard enough if you don't do it. That's not how it is. I wish it was just calories in, calories out, because I'd be at my goal by now. But I try and keep this real, that shit happens. Your journey is not just straight up. Mine goes up and down and swirls, and it's a mess. So I want people to understand that they're not alone with the fact that they feel like failures. I mean, my body, I will lose weight, and then when I hit a certain point, my body just shuts down, freaks out, and all of a sudden I will gain, and I can't do anything about it. Kind of backtrack just a second. Back in 2011, I had lost 135 pounds. That kind of set off the domino effect of all the issues that led to the tumors and all that. Again, if you see my video, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. But once I hit a certain number on the scale, my body will freak out. With 135, I lost 80 pounds in 1 year. And when I hit a certain point, all of a sudden my body started gaining. And within 6 months, I gained 90 pounds. So once I had the surgery, I figured I wouldn't go through that again. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. After surgery, and the 90-pound gain, I lost 60 pounds. Fantastic. Within 5 or 6 months, I lost 60 pounds. But immediately, one day, it was a Sunday, I weighed myself and I was 223. Within 3 days, Wednesday, I gained 10 pounds. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just water weight. Again, my video, if you see it, I have issues with my leg. And I keep telling them, just go ahead and chop it off, because between my knee, my leg, my foot, and my ankle, I'm sick of it, just cut it off. But, whatever. It can swell and it can gain weight. So I figured the weight gain was just fluid. Nope. Unfortunately, nope. Within 4 months, I gained 45 pounds. And it's very frustrating because it's not like I'm hitting a buffet every day or I'm eating fast food every day, because I don't eat fast food and I rarely ever go out to eat because I'm cheap. So I'm not going to spend my money. I like to cook, so I like to go and cook things for myself. So my body, whenever I hit a certain point and I lose too much weight too quickly, all of a sudden I'll just gain for no reason. It's just, I don't know what it is. I was really, again, hoping that after surgery and the tumors, I would start to level out again. But that's just, I guess, how my body works. I'll go through a losing cycle, and then all of a sudden I just hit whatever point it is. I don't know if I lose weight too quickly. I don't know. I don't understand what exactly it is, but I hit a wall and immediately I'll gain. So it's going to be the next 3 or 4 months where I'm gaining. And then it could be 4 to 6 months of me just plateauing. And then finally, I'll finally start creeping down very slowly. And then I can start going down again. And that's just my roller coaster weight. And I kind of hope that next time I figure out what causes it, or so I can prevent it. So whenever I start losing again, that I don't get to the point where my body freaks out, because I'm tired of it. It's very discouraging. It's very frustrating. I get very angry at myself. One thing that really gets on my nerves and frustrates me even more is people. I know I have a weight loss page. I know I have these videos because I try and keep my story real. It is not all unicorns and rainbows. It is not calories in and calories out for everybody. It is very difficult, and sometimes no matter what you do, you're going to gain weight. But other people don't understand that. They just see you gaining weight and they discredit everything you're saying, everything you do. Your opinion is no longer valid. What you're trying to explain no longer counts. It's just you're wrong because you're now gaining weight. So everything you must be saying must not be true, because if it was, you wouldn't be gaining weight. I know, I hear it a lot. So I just want people to see my story, see my videos, and just know that my story is true. I don't sugarcoat things. I am not going to sit there and tell you it is easy. You do this low carb diet, because I don't believe in diets. I do not believe in pills, and I do not believe in shots. I do not believe in fads. I try and eat very healthy. Of course, I am not perfect, and I am not going to sit here and tell you I am. I'm not going to tell you I eat carrots for lunch, carrots for dinner, and then a slim piece of chicken for dinner. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm a human. I do make mistakes. I do like potato chips. I do like, gluten-free cookies. I mean, I do, but I try to limit myself on that stuff. So I'm not going to tell you have to stay on the strict diet and that you have to kill yourself in the gym to see results, because some people, no matter what you do, it's not happening. And I just don't want people to get discouraged and think, oh, well, if I'm, on this diet, or even if you're doing it healthy, I'm not seeing progress. Well, I just can't do it and I'm just going to give up, because it is hard. And even though you may reach your goal, like my 135-pound loss, look where I'm at now. I'm right back up again. And am I going to quit? No, because if I quit, guess where I'm going to be back up? I'm going to be 330 something pounds again. And my scale, once it hits 330, all it says is error, error. So I honestly don't even know how big my heaviest was, because my scale just said error. So I know if I quit, my scale is going to scream error at me again, and I'm going to be too big to shop at the plus size store, because whenever I was at my heaviest, I was a size 28-30. And guess what? Lane Bryant didn't really go up that high. So I was the fat girl who couldn't even shop at the fat girl store anymore. So I don't want to get there. And my weight, the way it fluctuates and the way I gain weight, even when I am eating healthy, even when I am working out, imagine if I quit. Not going to happen. And one thing I always say, you may get frustrated when you're trying, but quitting is not going to make you any happier, and you're going to go right back to that same place. I know if I quit, I'm going to be mad at myself, and then I'm going to hate myself for quitting and be back to where I was, which I was not happy there anyway. But luckily, when I lost 135, I gained 90. And then again, when I lost the 60, I turned around and gained 45. So slowly but surely, I'm getting down there, even with my gains, but it is frustrating. And I just don't want people to give up. And a lot of people, it really surprised me that the most comments I get that are very positive are the fact that I tell it like it is and I keep it real. None of my videos are meant to be harsh. None of them are meant to be negative. It's just I try and keep it real. I did have a comment about one of my videos sounding harsh and negative about, you know, my everything I went through with my medical stuff. And I didn't mean for it to be at all. And I understand it can come across that way, but when you've been through a lot of things that I've been through, sometimes it can come across that way. And one thing I do struggle with is my tone of voice. And I get it a lot where I intimidate people and I scare people, and I don't mean to be. So if I come across that way, I am so sorry. It is not how I mean to be. I just don't want people to think that, again, I cannot do this. I've tried it. I'll lose 30 pounds and I'll gain it back. Well, keep trying. I mean, you really have to figure out what works for you. What works for me now may not work for me in 6 months. What works for you won't work for me. I mean, as long as you're healthy, as long as you're getting all the nutrition and all that you need. Again, I do not believe in diets. I don't, because the low carb thing, I mean, that's not healthy. And, you know, if you starve yourself, that's not healthy. And all these pills and shots, I'm always scared to even think about taking those because, again, my autoimmune disease jacks up my body as it is. I am not trying to add something that can make it even worse. And so it scares me. Anything that's going to mess with my metabolism scares me because mine is already so crazy. I don't need the extra drama. But I really just hope that people understand that is a long process. You know, I thought back in 2011, I was so close to my goal. Again, I went from 330 whatever pounds to 195, and I thought I was there. Another thing that I do appreciate with the weight that I gained from the tumors and everything, when I lost 135, it wasn't easy, but not at all. But whenever I gained, it was just 5 or 10 pounds. And I catch myself, and I was kind of bitchy about other people because I would say things like, well, I don't see how anybody can gain 30 or 40 or even 50 pounds. I don't understand. And, you know, if I catch myself after 5 or 10, why can't, you know, when I gained the weight, it kind of knocked me off my high horse. And I wasn't trying to be bitchy, but I kind of see where I was back then. I kind of looked at people differently. And now that I've struggled with the weight and the weight gain, and then I'll lose, and then I'll gain, and then lose, I am more sympathetic. I am more sincere, and I understand a lot more. I do wish that other people would understand what other people go through. I have an autoimmune disease that affects my thyroid. Back when I was 22, I was diagnosed, and I did not have a lot of symptoms from 22 until I was 31 in 2011. I would just have issues with my sugar, and every time my sugar started crashing, which they didn't know why, I knew that my labs were off. So it crashed, I go in, get checked, you know, get my medicine adjusted, and be on my way. It wasn't until 2011 where I had a lot of issues, and that kind of just took off on its own. But I'm a lot more sympathetic towards people, and I wish that people would understand what other people are going through. Again, it's for everybody. It is not as simple as calories in, calories out. You know, killing yourself at the gym and eating rabbit food. It's not that easy for everyone. And I know that unless you go through something like that, you fully do not understand. And I get that. And I do not want anyone to go through half of what I went through. And I know what I went through is not even half what others go through. And I don't want anyone to go through what I've been through for them to understand. I just wish people would try to understand and try to understand other people's point of view. And some people can lose weight and get their goal and stay there, and it's wonderful. But I think it made me a better person, and for me to lose the weight and then gain it and try and work again. Because for me, having my weight loss page, I see some other pages, and they don't understand the struggles that other people go through because they didn't go through it. And I just want people to know that I go through it. I've been through it. I'm there. I understand. It's not always that easy, especially when you have issues with your joints or issues with your metabolism or the medications that you're taking and just so many symptoms. And I mean, my body sometimes hurts so bad where I can barely walk. I mean, it can be in my knee. It can be just whatever flares. Yesterday it was my back. I mean, I could barely breathe. It hurt so bad. It's just, I get that. And I get that you can't always, well, you're just not trying hard enough. Well, sometimes just being able to go to work and come home is as much as I can do because my body will not allow any more than that. And then the next day, oh, I can go to the gym and work out for 2 hours. I have a lot of joint issues. I have a lot of medical issues. So I have to modify workouts. And again, just because, you can work out 10 days in a row and not have a break and run 10 miles a day. And, you're looking at me and I'm over here just trying to walk, for 30 minutes at the park. And you're looking like, oh, that's the best you can do. Well, you know what? That might just be the best I can do that day. And there's nothing wrong with it because at least I'm trying. And that's what I want people to know is, give it your best. Whether your best is just going to work or just getting up, that's the best you can do, then that's the best you can do. But I know there are some days where I can do a lot more than I am. And that's me. That's my own fault. But I just want people to know that it is not simple. It is not something that's going to take a year or 5 years. I mean, I've been on this journey for 5 years now, and I thought I was done in 2011. That was 4 years ago. I thought I was done. And here I am almost back where I started. So it was very humbling and it opened my eyes. And again, it made me such a better person and so much more sympathetic towards other people that I'm grateful for it. Am I frustrated? Yes. Am I tired of it? Yes. Am I sick of the weight gain? Yes. I'm sick of having clothes that are 3 or 4 sizes because I'll get down and all of a sudden I'm right back up. So I'm in my fat clothes again. And, sometimes they're even a little snug. And then, give me 6 more months and I'll be back down again. So yeah, it's very frustrating, but I do keep it real and I do have a lot of issues and there are some days where I struggle and there are some days where I'm fine. So just do the best you can, and that's pretty much all anybody can do. One thing that happened in the last few months, I know I've mentioned it a few times and I think I have a video. So as long as you're doing the very best that you can do, then you should not let anybody else discourage you or insult you or put you down because they can do more than you. Again, I have a lot of joint issues. I have issues with this stupid leg. Half the time I want to chop it off. And again, sometimes just being able to walk, and get up in the morning is the very best that I can do. And I know some people say, well, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to run my 10 miles and I'm going to do, my weights and I'm going to do all this stuff. And it can come across very intimidating to people who can't do that. And it's very discouraging when you're, 330 something pounds and you have somebody who is so in shape and so skinny trying to tell you what you can do. And it's not always the case. I mean, I can't just sit there, at 330 pounds, and I was at my heaviest, and do a plank. I can't sit there and do CrossFit. And even now with my joints and my flares, as much as I would love to do CrossFit because it looks so much fun, I know my body just probably cannot handle it, especially with the joint issues that I have. I can just move wrong and something will happen. Like I was playing with my niece, a year or so ago, and now my shoulder doesn't like to move right anymore. I mean, it just is frozen. It just, not like frozen shoulder, but it doesn't have the mobility like it used to. And my knee, I can't move it the way I want to. Even just playing just dance, sometimes I have to quit because my knee will start to hurt. And I'm not even doing the whole dance like they're doing. So I have to modify a lot. So just do what you can do. Don't be intimidated or feel bad about yourself because you can't do what so many other people are doing. Don't feel bad that you can't do it because as long as you try, you know what you can do. And I know sometimes it's hard when I see people running, and I so wanted to run, and I did not listen to my doctors, and it finally took, my foot hurt so bad that if I ever go through that again, I don't know what I'm going to do. They want me to have that foot reconstruction on my foot. And I'm trying not to because it's on this stupid leg and I keep saying chop it off. But I want to run so badly. And I see so many people running, and it kind of makes me feel bad that I cannot do that. And I never will be able to do that. And it took quite a few doctors, a specialist, and a surgeon to tell me to give it up. And I have people tell me, well, why don't you run? Everybody can run. All you do is take the first step. Not everybody can run. I technically can run, and then my foot will hurt so bad that I want you to cut it off. I will cut it off with a saw. It hurts so bad. I can handle pain. Every surgery other than my tonsils, I dealt with without painkillers. I cannot deal with that pain. It hurts that bad. So I know what I can do. I know that I can't do a lot of the weights and the yoga and stuff that other people can do. I bought Insanity. Of course, I'm on the second floor, so I can't really do it on the second floor because people started knocking on my door and, banging on the floor. So you have to know what you can do. I modify a lot of my workouts. I do a lot of the weights, but I can't do it the way I want because of the shoulder. I can't do certain things because of my feet. My feet still randomly cramp. Again, playing Just Dance, my feet will cramp. So, it's still kind of a struggle. I have to know what I can do and how to modify what I can do. So if all you can do is walk from here to your car, if that's the best you can do, that's the best you can do, and don't let anybody tell you that you can do more. Now, if you know you can do more and you're not, that's a different story because I do that sometimes too. Guilty, but I know what I am capable of doing. So if I tell you that is what I'm capable of, don't tell me that I'm not and I'm just lazy, because that's very insulting, especially when you have no idea what somebody's going through. You don't know what their body is doing. You don't know how bad some things hurt. And what hurts today won't hurt tomorrow. Again, I can do the elliptical for an hour or 2 hours and it's okay. But then there are some days I'm on that elliptical and my foot hurts so bad I want to scream. And so if I can only do 45 minutes today and I did 2 hours yesterday, don't call me lazy or insult me that I'm not trying, because I know what my body is. And if you honestly felt the pain that I did, I guarantee you would shut your mouth very quickly and just be proud the fact that I tried to do anything at all. So if you can just do yoga, if you can just do slight weights, or like I have my bike. I have a beautiful park across the street. I love going there. Lately I've been going there more than the gym, unfortunately, because it's just been so gorgeous out. If you swim, kettlebell, whatever you can do, just do it. Find something you enjoy, find something that you can do, modify what you need to do, and just do the best that you can. Again, I get discouraged when I see a lot of other pages, a lot of other people, and they are just so in shape and they're trying to tell me how to lose weight and what I need to do. And some of them, again, they don't understand medical issues because they don't go through them. They don't understand food addictions like I have because they've never gone through them. So you can't honestly expect people to fully understand unless they've been there. And unfortunately, I have been through a lot. So I am very understanding of a lot of things. I'm not, in a bikini, I was size 30 and now I'm in a bikini. I wish that was me, but unfortunately it's not. So I understand things can intimidate other people and scare them not to do it, or discourage them that they can't do it. And I just don't want that to be the case. So that is one reason I do try and do the best I can on my page. And I always interact with people. And I'm not somebody who, if you comment on my page, I'm not going to comment back, because been there with quite a few others that, ask a question and never hear back. But then again, it's not like I have, thousands and thousands of people anyway. But I just try and keep it as real as I can and as honest as I can, and as understanding as I can, because having, autoimmune issues and having, I think I quit counting at 15 surgeries. I think it was, I don't know, 15 plus surgeries, and having joint issues and having a food addiction and all of this, I understand what a lot of people go through. I wish that nobody really went through a lot of the issues. And again, my story is nowhere near as bad as so many others. And I know people that my journey looks like nothing compared to their medical issues. And, I understand other people. And I just want to be there to guide people and to be hopeful and give hope to other people and give advice and encouraging, because I never had that on my journey. I had no one to ever teach me anything. I mean, I remember thinking healthy was going to Burger King and getting a burger without the meat in it, because that's healthy, right? I remember, drinking, those Slim Fast drinks, because those are healthy, right? Taking pills, taking this, starving myself, eating one meal a day. I've done all of that. I've been there. I didn't know what healthy was. I did not know how to work out. I didn't have anybody to help me. I've never really had a gym buddy. I've never had anybody to motivate me. I've never had anybody really tell me, you can do this. I've had countless people tell me, you can't do this and you will fail, to tell me you will fail to my face. The only thing that will make me do is prove you wrong, because you try and break somebody, and the only thing that's going to do is make me stronger. So on my journey, I've had a lot of people be extremely negative, because I guess, I don't know fully why, but maybe some people who don't want to do it don't want to see other people do it. But you have other people who lose weight quicker and they see you struggle, and all of a sudden they're better than you, because again, they don't go through it, they don't get it, so they're better than you. So I'm not like that. I don't want to ever be like that. So I don't think I'm better than anyone. I don't think that you're not trying hard enough when you say you are. I understand what it's like to not know what healthy is. I've had to educate myself on all of this myself. I've been to college. I've taken classes on this. And so I try and keep up with a lot of nutrition facts and everything. Of course, I don't have a doctorate or a PhD in it, but I try and help people understand, that they are capable of so much more than they think. Because when you are so heavy and so out of shape and you are in that deep hole of darkness and you just don't know how to climb out of it and you have no one there, I would like to offer my hand to help you out of that, because I had to fight that myself and no one was there to reach for me. And so I do want to help reach for you. And again, just because you struggle and you fail and then you start up again and then you struggle and you slip up, that's part of it. So, I mean, in 10 years, I could be swinging back and forth again, and that's part of the journey. So I don't want people to give up because I cannot do this. And you can do this. It's just going to take a lot of hard work and learning your body and learning what works for you, and try and believe in yourself. Because if you have so many people try and beat you down, it's hard to believe in yourself when no one else does. So that is what I really want. And more things that I've gone through this year is in, what was it, November of last year, I was having, again, more medical issues. It's never ending with me. And I ended up having my tonsils removed. And so I had my tonsils removed in hopes to cure, not really an infection. Well, I guess they were infected because they were severely infected, and I did not know that. And I run random fevers now and then, and we didn't know why. And hopefully that was it, but I don't really think it is because it's still happening. So I had my tonsils removed. I do see the doctor again tomorrow because I'm having more issues. So it's always kind of frustrating when I'm never going to get healthy again. And, sometimes I joke that at least I have my health. And then I'm like, well, I don't know that I even do anymore. Or can I really say that? My body's so beat down and broken. But, I feel like I'm healthy, even though I don't know if I can fully even say that. But I guess I'll see what he says tomorrow, because I've had to do lab work again, and I know I'm going to get yelled at because I actually went past my 3 months, yay, copays and insurance and deductibles. But I'm having chest pains again, and well, not again, but really bad. And, I'm having joint pains as usual, but more of my chest and my back. And I'm wondering if I'm having goiter issues, because having Hashimoto's, I have a goiter, and it's not like the big bullfrog neck that some people have, because I don't have an iodine deficiency, and that's mostly when you see the bullfrog neck, because you can get Hashimoto's from lack of iodine in like third world countries, but I have the autoimmune kind. But I'm having more issues trying to eat and trying to swallow, so it feels like it gets stuck. So that's a new thing that I'm dealing with, and I'm having the pain, and I'm wondering if it's like my esophagus spasming, but we'll see what he says tomorrow. But hopefully the next few months I'll do more videos, and I actually take the time to do these, because I didn't realize people actually look forward to them, so I greatly appreciate them listening to me ramble on and on and on. And, my AD jumping around a lot, and I try really hard not to. And I already had to stop this video and restart it because I rambled off to nowhere, and then I didn't remember how I got there or where I was going with it. So, got a little frustrated and had to stop. That's why it's a little bit darker, because it's about to rain. But, again, it's a constant struggle, constant battle. I'm never going to tell you it is easy. Never going to tell you that it is just, you do it, you're done, I just really want to keep up with more of what I go through, because with my autoimmune, I never had symptoms. And I know a lot of people, surprisingly, they don't know a lot about Hashimoto's and all that, even though they have it. And I can't really fault them, because, again, when I was 22 and diagnosed, I didn't know for a few years that it was even an autoimmune disease. I didn't know there was such a thing. So I try and educate people, because your symptoms will not be like mine, will not be like yours. I mean, I know 2 people, actually 3 people with Hashimoto's. My older sister, she's a type 1 diabetic, and she has a lot of the same symptoms that I do. Plus about a billion more, makes me feel like I shouldn't complain. But then I also know somebody that has Hashimoto's, and she pretty much has no symptoms. And that used to be me. I remember those days of, seeing the doctor, once, twice, 3 times a year. That was it. And then I know somebody else who has, issues too, but her symptoms are nothing like mine. And I know somebody with lupus, and my symptoms were so much like hers. She pressured me into getting checked for, lupus, when I don't have it. But it's just when you have autoimmunes, it's not by the book. So if I explain my symptoms, maybe you'll understand more of Hashimoto's and what it affects, and, what it can do and how it progresses. And, because a lot of people don't know. And again, I can't fault them, because I didn't know either. And it was mostly me going through all the crap and drama I went through for me to finally educate myself to learn this is all from my autoimmune disease. Because my doctors sure as hell weren't telling me a lot. They just go in, even my endocrinologist, they go in, adjust my medicine, and pretty much it. It's not like they have a class on Hashimoto's 101. I mean, and some pages, I mean, if you Google it, there's a lot of ridiculous websites that tell you it's diet related. And if you eat this diet, you're cured. That makes me so angry, because if you could cure an autoimmune disease with a diet, don't you think everybody would? I mean, that's like telling somebody with, with type 1 diabetes, well, it's diet related. It's autoimmune. Yes, there are a few foods that hurt it or whatever, and I've already discussed this with my doctor, and the benefits outweigh not eating it. Because if I didn't eat all the food that on this diet, it would be most fruits and vegetables. strawberries, kale, spinach, broccoli, anything green, really. Most fruits. So I would be stuck to what? French fries and potato chips? I mean, I already have to go wheat free because I just found out a few months ago I'm allergic to wheat. That's what was causing the eczema on my hands. My hands were just bleeding. So I think I made a video on that. I don't want to go all into it again in case I already did. So if not, I will make one. But I found out that the eczema on my hands was wheat related, and that was the cause of it. Go figure. My hands would just randomly look down and I'd be bleeding all over the place, and they would burn and it'd be like paper cuts everywhere, and it was wheat. So now that I can't eat a lot of, I have to go gluten-free because anything gluten-free is wheat-free, so it's safe for me, I guess. I don't buy any of it because have you seen the prices of that stuff? I don't know why it's so expensive because rice flour is not that expensive, but, okay. So I don't buy a lot of it because it's expensive. You have to take out a loan just to get some bread, I mean, it's $5 for like this much bread, and then it wants to fall apart anyway. So I do eat, the gluten-free for that reason. And then they're actually showing that people with Hashimoto's should not actually eat gluten because it's mistaken identity. So when you eat gluten, your body thinks that the invader of your, thyroid hormone that your body already attacks because it's an invader, they think that the gluten is the thyroid hormone. So people with Hashimoto's shouldn't be eating gluten. So that's a new thing that's starting to come out. So I eat it mostly because my hands bleed, but maybe it's a good thing. I've noticed I feel better that I don't eat it. The weight loss really doesn't work because guess what? It doesn't work for everybody. But, you just have to figure out what your body is telling you. Again, symptoms of autoimmunes are not the same as everybody else. So hopefully sharing all the craziness and all the drama that I go through, maybe somebody else can relate to what I'm going through, because if you just go by textbooks or you go by what somebody else says or some other webpage and you're thinking, well, I have so many issues and everybody's telling me that I'm making it up or I'm crazy. You're not crazy. You're not making it up. And I've been there. And again, if you look at my video, my medical story, I proved everybody wrong that I was not crazy. So hopefully in the next few months, I will try and make some more videos. We'll see. I'm going to try and do that the best I can and just keep everybody up to date on what's going on. So hopefully you like them, and hopefully I didn't ramble on too much. I do apologize again today. My mind is just not working that great for me. I don't know if it's because I had a really bad headache or what, but I just hope that you like my video and that I help inspire somebody and that I can help somebody else start their journey or continue or just give hope to somebody else, because again, I never had that. So hope you like it, and until next time.